I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Welcome to the Ryerson Family Backyard Games. There will be obstacles to face and challenges to overcome. Are you ready?
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Former regional champ and back end training.
That's commitment.
Ow!
Oh, tough start. This is not as easy as it used to be, folks.
And she's off, obviously pushing through some pain.
Every muscle is begging her to stop. How's she doing this?
I'm not even sure she knows.
Look at her go. And stop.
Come on.
And go again.
It's literally the home stretch. Whoa!
She made it. Feel the elation.
What fuels that kind of fire?
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Look at that. The unmistakable swagger of someone fully covered with health insurance through Your Health Idaho for as low as $0 a month. If you're as speechless as I am right now, say nothing. Health yeah! Enroll by December 15th and you could qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 a month.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you can safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over in Pale Lake?
Welcome and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is an IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 2022 Idaho High School Football Playoffs. Tournament coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Also brought to you in part by Valleywide Cooperative and your local Toyota dealers. Lauren Jensen alongside Dallin Fryer here tonight for a 4A matchup between the Skyline Grizzlies and the Bonneville Bees. A game that, Dallin, on paper shouldn't be a question, other than 2 weeks ago, Bonneville pulled off a huge upset over then-ranked 1 or 2 Skyline. Bonneville beats them 16-13 in just a wacky game. So Bonneville hoping to repeat that same thing and move on in the playoffs here tonight.
And Bonneville, it's really been an up and down season for them overall. But honestly, at this point, they don't really care about any other game that happened this whole entire year other than the 16-13 win against Skyline. And Skyline, at this point in the season, you'd expect them to be riding high after their great finish last year. Their tradition that they've had the last few years in the 4A ranks, it's been pretty steamrolling heavy for the Grizzlies. But, I mean, it's hard to forget something that happened just a couple weeks ago and when you see the same faces across the line. But we are in a different element tonight. We're in Holt Arena instead of outside in the cold. And Skyline, they're out for blood tonight. The Bees are looking to retain the blood they've already gained.
Yeah, the Bonneville Bees, you talk about their up and down season. Losing record overall, 3-6 on the season. Of course, one of those big wins coming against Skyline, 16-13. They also beat 5A Thunder Ridge, their school's only like 1 mile from each other. Thunder Ridge, they beat them 21-19, and then they also beat Century 33-15. 1-4 overall in conference. Again, that one big one coming against Skyline 2 weeks ago. They lost last week to Blackfoot 38-14. Skyline on the other side of things, exactly the opposite. They're 6-3 overall. They're 4-1 in conference. Their losses have come to Rigby, 28-0. They lost to Stansbury out of Utah the first game of the season. You were there at that one. It was a huge, big scoring game, 68-42. And then, another big win for them. They beat 5A Highland, Highland won the 5A conference here in Eastern Idaho. They're in the 5A playoffs. They beat them 29-21. So some big wins for Skyline, and then just a kind of bizarre loss in my mind to Bonneville. Of course, Bonneville on the other side is going to say, you know what, we're going to come out here and do this again, or try to do it again here tonight when it really counts. Skyline still won the conference. Bonneville finished second to last in a conference. The crazy thing that I looked at earlier, they have different seedings for the number of schools that can come from each conference. They have some automatic bids and then some at-large bids. There are 5 teams from the 4A High Country Conference. There's Skyline, there's Blackfoot, there's Hillcrest, there's Shelley, and there's Bonneville. 5 of 6 teams out of the conference made it. There's 4 teams from the 4A WIC over in District 3. There's 4 from District 4. There's 1 from District 5, that's Pocatello, and then 2 from District 1 and 2, that's Lakeland and Sandpoint. And so District 6, the 4A High Country Conference, bringing 5 of 6 teams, and only 2 of those were auto bids. The rest of those were at large, and so a heavy conference as far as talent goes. We'll see how that turns out in this ball game. So just an interesting little tidbit. And there's only 25 teams in the whole 4A division. So what is that? 5 out of 25. It's a pretty good percentage.
Well, and even if you and I have called basically every team within that conference at some point throughout this year, and I can tell you every team deserves to be here. Bonneville, I would have left out if not for the Skyline win if I was putting together the brackets, but that one win alone.
It may have very well bumped their max preps rating enough, that win against a very good Skyline team, to put them in that at-large spot.
Mm-hmm. And it's really, 5 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, even 3 weeks ago, these Bees might not have thought they would be practicing in the cold bit of fall to winter start of the year. They might have been getting ready for their winter sport lineup rather than being here. But now that they're here, I mean, why not pull out a victory? Why not work your hardest and do it again? Because in the end, the Grizzlies have had a target on their back all year as defending state champions, and what better team to beat them than a crosstown rival?
I'll give you a little update on the other 4A squads, as most of these games started at 7. Bishop Kelly's up over Canyon Ridge. The last score we have at halftime, 56-0. Blackfoot up 35-9 over Hillcrest, that game at Blackfoot. Shelley, in a little bit of surprise for me, up 24-0 on Emmett at Emmett. So that's a big game right now for Shelley. Minico, Valley View, we don't have that score yet. That game at Minico. Pocatello up 17-14 over Lakeland at halftime. That here in Pocatello at Lookout Credit Union Field. And then Sandpoint up on Skyview 14-7. That's way up north in Sandpoint. Twin Falls trailing Burley 14-13 at Twin Falls. And then, of course, we've got our game here. Those are your 4A games going on tonight. The Bonneville Bees taking on the Skyline Grizzlies. We've got the captain's meeting down at midfield. Our officials that are out there for tonight, all from District 6. Of course, this is 2 District 6 teams, but our referee, Blair Peepo, umpire, J.C. Meekum, linesman, Derek Taylor, line judge, Travis Goodwin, and back judge, Brian Miller. A great crew there. I've worked with most of these guys, specifically Blair Peepo and Derek Taylor. Just a fantastic officiating crew here for a big opening 4A playoff matchup. Blair down there speaking with everybody. Bonneville Bees won the toss. They deferred to the second half. And now Skyline will receive the opening kickoff, and they will head from east to west or right to left across the field. And we're about ready to get going. The Grizzlies and the Bees getting ready to face off here. Take a look at the playoff bracket for the 4As. So you already heard some of the scores going on. This is the bracket. You can take a look at this. You can print it off on IdahoSports.com. These are the playoff brackets, and every classification's up there. But for the 4As, Skyline, as you mentioned, they're the 2 seed right now, taking on the 15 seed in Bonneville. Bishop Kelly, the 1 seed. Skyline, the 2-time defending state champions at the 4A ranks, and they're trying to get back to that championship game again. They got a lot of good teams to go against on their way there. And here we go, about ready to get going here. Want to thank some of our sponsors. Our power boosters for tonight, Teton Toyota and Teton Volkswagen. And for the Skyline Grizzlies, MVP Rentals, Teton Toyota and Teton Volkswagen as well, and Conan Heating and Air Conditioning. Tell you what, there is about 27 Bonneville cheerleaders over there. That was a guess, but there's a lot. They're covering 2 sections worth of seating over there, the Bonneville cheerleaders.
You know, it's a lot of cheerleaders when there's 3 different colors of pom-poms over there. They actually outnumber the Bonneville Bees student section right now. It's pretty close, though, so they should be able to provide a little bit of noise between the 2 of them.
I'm not sure there's any females in that Bonneville student section because all the females are in cheerleading uniforms.
Very true.
So Bonneville always has a good cheer squad. Skyline as well, as they've got a bunch over there themselves. Sadiq, they kick away from him, and the return up the middle, and a big shot. Holy cow, laid out. Number 9 rocked. Number 19, the return man. That was Hamilton Woodruff, the return man. And number 9 for the Bees. And, of course, no, I'm sorry, I do have it. It's down at the bottom. That was R.J. Woods, 235 pounds versus 150. Woods won that matchup.
And I can tell you from having watched these Bees this year, Woods is somebody that we're going to be calling his name a lot tonight. He's the middle linebacker on the defense, and he sets the tone.
Yeah, he is stocky. I can see him right now. Bonneville in their white with green helmets. Skyline in their blue with their blue helmets. That offensive line with the Carolina blue on the helmets. Carey taken out to the 28 over the left side. That's ball carrier Abron Silverio, and you'll hear his name a lot as well.
Silverio has provided basically every rushing touchdown for the Grizzlies throughout this season, and if he finds a gap, he's going to go. He's a very fast running back. He knows how to hit his holes, but he's not afraid to put his head down and get a few extra yards if needs be as well.
3 wideouts to the far side, including Sadiq way out wide on the right of Lachlan Hackey, the senior quarterback. Hackey on a straight keep has a gap, gets popped, but he'll pick up a first down. And some early hard hits in this ball game, even on that carry from Hackey, as he gets out to the 33-yard line.
Already obvious, as you pointed out, that it's going to be a physical game tonight. Hopefully not too many cheap shots thrown throughout this game, but there's a lot of emotion on both sides, and both teams are really looking to advance tonight.
10:50 left here in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us here. 4A state playoffs here at Holt Arena. Hackey completes it to the 38, 39-yard line. Receiver on the play is McKay Bird. Bird, actually, they spotted out to the 39-yard line. It's 2nd and about 4 upcoming. Lachlan Hackey was a starter all season last season as a junior. Has started all season this season as well. Nobody in the backfield with him. Hackey swings it out over the head. He had to throw it high to Caden Taggart to get it over the defender, and it went too high for Taggart.
And it's really a shame that the defender got in the way, because there was a lot of blocking downfield. Kenyon Sadiq was laying on his defender that was out there. He pancaked him right down to the ground, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the Grizzlies go back to that play later on.
Dang defenders getting in the way. Come on, guys. Get off the field.
Don't they know we want to see action?
Yeah. A great defensive play there by Bonneville to alter that play from Hackey. Throw to Silverio. He got the first down out across the 45. Abron Silverio, it's a nice pickup all the way down to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Grizz. 10:04 left here in the first quarter.
And that was basically just the same variation of the play that they just ran. They ran a swing pass to the right the previous play. That play they ran a swing pass to the left, this time using the running back instead of the slot receiver. They're going to do a lot of quick passes because they want to get the ball to their athletes as fast as possible.
Handoff up the middle, nowhere to go. Gang tackled by the Bees. A yard loss, actually, for Silverio as he got only to the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 11 upcoming. You talked about touchdowns for Abron Silverio. 7 touchdowns scored on the season for him. 8 rushing. He's got 7 through the air as well, or 2 through the air, excuse me. He is, if you want to look at, he's the leading scorer. 8 touchdowns on the ground, 2 through the air. Sadiq has 7 through the air. And flags come in. I think we're going to have a delay of game from the back judge. So Skyline taking a little too long there. Plus we have a flag on the far side, maybe a false start as well. Delay a game against the Grizzlies. And obviously no one else listening to us can see this, but the coaching staff for the Bonneville Bees, they've got bright yellow shoes on, all of them down there on that far sideline. They stands out nicely against the green and white over there on the far sideline. The Bonneville Bee mascot down there as well. Hackey back in the gun. Little fake, and then he takes off and runs. Gonna pick up good yardage. Still on his feet, breaking tackles across the 40 and then out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Lachlan Hackey with a big pickup inside Grizz territory for a first down.
I absolutely love that play call because they had ran the swing passes a lot so far. I think they've ran 3 different swing passes on this drive. That time, they spread everybody out. They do a quick QB draw because everybody was covering those edges. And Hackey was able to break a tackle and get another extra 10 just from it.
So 1st and 10, Hackey in the gun once again, moves Silverio to his left. Silverio with the carry. Silverio a little hole up the middle, gets across the 30 and then driven back. Forward momentum will take him beyond the 30 for a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 upcoming.
On that play, Bryce Beck from the Bees wrapped him up. He made sure he wasn't going anywhere. He held him all the way to the whistle, and a slew of Bees joined him on the tackle for a short gain.
Silverio averaging 82 yards per game on the ground. That's 6 yards a carry is his average on the season. As I mentioned, 8 touchdowns, 737 yards rushing coming into this ball game. Silverio again. This time, that's going to hurt the average. He gets drugged down. Big number 75 in the backfield. That's Carson Chatterton. A loss back to the 33-yard line, and now it's 3rd and 10.
We haven't seen the Grizzlies take any sort of shot down the field yet. With a third and long, maybe they do here, but they're on the 33-yard line. It's basically 4-down territory. Maybe look for a short one here and set up for 4th down as well.
Chatterton, a cool 6'1", 260 up there on the defensive line. 3rd and 10, 4 wideouts, 3 to the right. Hackey rolls right. Looking downfield, gets rid of it. He's got Sadiq across the field. Touchdown! Right in the middle of the end zone. Hackey to Sadiq for a 33-yard touchdown strike.
And we know Sadiq has a lot of speed, so he had to get behind the defense. Once he was there, all Hackey had to do was get it up to him, make sure he didn't overthrow him. And great start for the Grizzlies here.
Sadiq nearly ran into the back judge, who was right there in the middle of the end zone as well. Nice job avoiding him and still keeping his concentration on the football. The PAT is up and good. And it is 7-0 here with 7:18 left in the first quarter. The Grizzlies score first. I don't know what it is on my phone, but something I'm saying triggers the, it's like I have an Android. On an iPhone, if you say, what is it, Siri or whatever, it pops up.
Don't say it too loud because my watch will
your watch is going to go off. Hey, Siri! But something I'm saying is activating my phone, and it's like looking for PATs and touchdowns and everything else. So
just wants to make sure you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's helping me out a little bit. So a good touchdown drive from the Grizzlies as they go for a 33-yard touchdown pass from Hackey to Sadiq. Sadiq threw that from way over on the numbers over there, all the way back to the middle of the end zone. Sadiq ran underneath it. And that's Sadiq's 8th touchdown catch of the season.
I have a feeling it won't be his last.
Probably not. Of course, Kenyon Sadiq, a 4-star commit to the University of Oregon. That ball back into the end zone for a touchback, and the Bees will get their chance on offense as they'll come out to the 20 to start their drive. Rehabilitative Health Services provides compassionate and effective counseling and psychiatric services to children, individuals, couples, and families. Their goal is to help you uncover your true potential and lead a life that is worth celebrating. Rehabilitative Health Services also provides full family practice medicine. Their offices are located at 1676 Curlew, across from the Sonic in Ammon on 17th Street. They serve all of eastern Idaho, so help is always close by. Visit them online at rhscares.com. Call for an appointment at 208-523-5319 or check them out on Facebook. Handoff right up the middle. Hit at the line of scrimmage, but forward for a few yards. Quarterback in there for the Bees is Jacob Perez, the 6'3", 215-pound senior. Crew Howell, also one of those senior quarterbacks, but Perez getting the nod for the start today for the Bees.
And the Bees use a lot of motion basically on every single play, and they're looking to either hand it off to the tailback or else giving it to that motion man. Sometimes Perez will keep it as well, but it's a lot of run game for the Bees.
Perez this time takes it himself to the right, fakes the pitch, and then cuts back inside. Good decision by Jacob Perez. Picks up about 4 more out to the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 2 with 6:27 left here in the first quarter.
And he had Anthem Dalkey back there with him. I'm not sure Dalkey was close enough that a pitch would have even really been possible.
I think had he pitched it to him, it would have been like 5 yards deep behind him.
It would have been basically considered a throw, not a pitch. But luckily, Perez made a good decision there and put himself up for a good third down opportunity here.
Luckily, he looked before he decided to throw. 3rd and 2, Perez with it, handoff up the middle, stopped short and driven back. The Grizzlies defense comes up big, that defensive line, and that's going to force the first punt of the game. A 3-and-out for the Bees.
And if you look at the linemen side to side from Skyline to Bonneville, Bonneville looks to have the edge size-wise, but Skyline, they have a lot of good technique. That's something that they've prided themselves on for years now, and sometimes technique will overrun the size.
And some movement on the offensive line. I think it was the center. And so that'll push him back 5 more. This ball will be snapped from the 23-yard line. The punter standing back on his own 10. And another false start.
I believe it was the same person even.
That one, I saw also the left side of that line move that time.
The Grizzlies have 3 guys that jump back right when the call man or the up man in the punt formation starts the play, and it's kind of causing some problems for the Bees.
Good punt, drives the return man back. That's number 23. Taggart on the return. He'll get it back to the 45, but great starting field position after a good defensive stop for the Skyline Grizzlies. It's 4:57 left here in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com. I want to remind everybody that you can make the memories last a lifetime by owning the digital game file of this game for just $10. Click the button that says Order Now, and it can be all yours. So the Grizzlies back on the field for their second offensive set here. Man in motion is Taggart. The handoff goes to Taggart. Trying to come around the left side, cuts it back inside, and about a 3-yard gain. Great job by the Bees forcing him back to the middle.
And like we talked about earlier, the Bees really seem to be trying to keep everything in the middle. They actually only have 1 defensive lineman down in a 3-point stance, and the other 2 are set up more like edge rushers. They're basically standing up on the outside of the offensive tackles. They do not want to allow any big plays to the outside.
Ball out to the 47-yard line for the Grizzlies. Hackey with Silverio to his right. 4 wideouts. Handoff to Silverio. Silverio slipping by some blockers. Going to pick up another 3 or 4 yards out across midfield to the 49-yard line. It'll be third down upcoming and about 4. They've got to get to the 45 of Bonneville for a first down. So they'll mark him right at the 49-yard line. 3:57 and counting here in the first quarter. The Skyline Grizzlies in the playoffs once again. 2-time defending 4A state champions. Trying to take the first step back to that state championship match once again. Man in motion is Silverio across to the right. 4 wideouts over there now. Hackey takes it himself for a first down and more up the middle of the field. Now he cuts it to the outside to the 25, the 20. Finally drugged down inside the 15. First down into the red zone to the 13-yard line for Lachlan Hackey.
That was 2 straight draw plays in a row. One handing off to Silverio and the other one, Hackey taking it up the middle. The Grizzlies were actually really fortunate on that play because they did not have everybody set before the play as the motion man was going, but I guess the refs deemed it sufficient as to when that ball was actually snapped. But it was pretty close, but a big gain down to the 8 or the 13.
And a timeout taken by Bonneville as they're trying to prevent going down 2 scores here early with 3:24 left here in the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back after the timeout. It's IdahoSports.com.
If a pedestrian is hit by a car going 20 miles per hour, there's a 90% chance he will survive. At 30 miles per hour, the likelihood of survival decreases to 60%. And at 40 miles per hour, it goes down to 20%. 10 miles per hour makes all the difference. You're in the driver's seat. You have the power to save lives.
Welcome back after the timeout. It's first down at the 13-yard line for the Skyline Grizzlies. 3:24 left here in the first quarter. Grizzlies up 7-0. Handoff to Silverio looking for a seam. Picks up a little bit and inside the 10 as the rugby scrum gets him to the 10 for a 3-yard gain. Number 79 for the Bees, Ethan Cross. First man to hit him.
Ethan Cross, 6'2", 275 as well.
They've got some big
haven't
kids.
seen him in until just now, but, I mean, where they're getting closer to the goal line, they want to provide, they don't want to leave any holes open down there.
And he fills a gap for sure. So he's lined up right in between the center and that right guard.
Well, they've also got another tackle in there, number 74, Zach Belknap, 5'11", 290. So between the two of them, they average about 280.
So an illegal substitution. Too many men on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can't do that in American football, at least. 12 men on the field. I don't know about any other football.
I think Canadian football you do have 12,
12?
actually.
Is it?
Yes. But the field is also a lot longer and a little bit wider as well.
And you get a running start on offense, which I do like.
Yep.
So 5 yards penalty gets them to the 5-yard line. Second and about 3. Silverio spinning to the goal line. Touchdown. Abron Silverio adds to his touchdown total. And Skyline now up 13-0.
Just a textbook start for the Grizzlies. They really haven't thrown it much other than the one touchdown pass to Sadiq. But other than that, it's been a heavy diet of Silverio up the middle.
On for the PAT for the Grizzlies, it's Jacob DeMott. DeMott puts it up and puts it in. And it is 14-0 with 2:32 left here in the first. All Grizzlies here early. 3 offensive plays thus far. Well, 4 if you count the punt for the Bees. And the Grizzlies, on the other hand, have scored on both of their drives. Remember, we've got an army of Idaho sports action photographers covering games from all over the state. We've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu. And there are a lot of games going on tonight. Playoff football is in full swing. IdahoSports.com's got you covered from the north to the south, the east to the west here tonight. Check out IdahoSports.com for the Friday Night Flash for updated scores, and check out the GameStreams lineup as well. We've got audio and video broadcasts going on from around the state.
With that last touchdown, the Grizzlies surpassed their total against Bonneville the last time they played them, where they had only scored 13. Now they're at 14, and unless the Bees make a lot of adjustments, it's going to be tough going for the Bees so far.
This kick going to be short of the goal line, taken at the 4. And returned up the middle to about the 22, 23-yard line for the Bees. So a little better starting field position for them. The return man on the play for the Bees is number 19, Tim Williams.
And the Skyline student section already bringing out the regular high school cheer, "Why So Quiet," to the Bonneville student section. We'll see if Bonneville's able to give their fans something to cheer about in this possession. They saw, I mean, if you take out the 3rd and 2 bad run, they were right there on their first possession. So there's really, their game plan, it's not time to throw it out by any means. They're right there.
Hand off to Tim Williams again around the outside, trying to get the corner, but knocked out of bounds at the sticks. Williams, no gain at best on that play.
Williams took a hard hit into the sidewall right there, but he just barely hopped up. So good to see him get up, because those walls are closer than you think when you're getting hit.
Yeah, at a full run, they're only maybe 5 yards from the edge of the field, and at a dead sprint plus a nice hit to increase your momentum, yeah, those walls come very quickly. They're padded-ish. There was like a 2-inch padding there maybe?
There is, I put heavy air quotes around that, padding.
Yeah. Behind it is concrete, but
if I was to run full speed into it with nothing, I think I could feel padding.
In trouble is Perez. He gets away, but from the first guy, not the second guy. He's going to get sacked for about a 6-yard loss back at about the 12-yard line, or excuse me, the 17-yard line.
And the Bees had set up a screen on that play right in the middle to their running back, but Skyline read that play right away. The Bees do run a lot of screens as well, and depending on, I mean, if their running game is going well, then it's something that can work. If their running game is not going well, it's going to be hard, because when they drop back and it's a pass, 50% of the time it's a screen.
So they actually mark him out of bounds at the 19-yard line, so it's 3rd and 14. They've got to get out to the 33 for a first down. Perez back in the gun. Man in motion behind him. Little fake pitch to him. They set up another little screen, but it's in bad position. Nowhere to go. We might have had a face mask. Flag comes in. I don't know if it's going to be much help, though. The pass was complete to Anthem Dalkey, but Dalkey had nowhere to go. He lost yardage all the way back to the 11, actually, on the play. It is a face mask on Skyline. Just a 5-yard penalty, though, so they actually still lose yardage. They lose 4 yards after the penalty, actually, on the play. 3rd and about 18.
They've ran 2 screens in a row. I don't think a screen's going to fool the Grizzlies on this one. Might just see a handoff up the middle.
Yeah, the Grizzlies haven't been fooled by the screen plays. 1:42 left here in the first quarter. And now I think we've got a timeout by Skyline with 1:38 left here in the first. Head coach for the Bonneville Bees is Kevin Kemp, along with a long list of assistant coaches. Huge thanks to Coach Kemp, and huge thanks to all those assistant coaches, too. It always amazes me. You know, most of these guys' names that you see here listed, they're not making any money here tonight. And even if you figure in the time that's put in, even the guys that are getting paid really aren't making any money. These guys do it because they love it. They love being around the kids and enjoy the game of football. That can be said as well for head coach Scott Berger. He's been doing this a long time at Skyline High School, along with his long list of assistant coaches as well. Great athletic directors for both of these schools as well. Greg Basic over at Skyline and Tyler Johnson at Bonneville.
I wonder if the Bees coaching staff got those shoes as part of a gift, maybe. Those yellow shoes.
That was the gift for beating Skyline 2 weeks ago.
And rightfully so.
Back to passes. Perez looking down the right sideline, but out of bounds, incomplete. Even if he'd caught it, I think he was going to be out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down and long, and again, the Bees have to punt away from deep in their own end. Back to receive for the Grizzlies. That's number 19, Hamilton Woodruff, and number 23, Caden Taggart. A junior and a senior back there at their own 45-yard line. Short kick taken on the run by Woodruff as he gets all the way back to the 25-yard line. A 25-yard return for Woodruff.
Woodruff had basically a running start into that, and when he caught it, I put my arms up because it looked like a touchdown to me, but that was a touchdown-saving tackle right there.
Yeah, he was at full run to get to that. He was lined up at his own 40 and caught it at the 50 on a dead sprint and ran it back 25 yards. So can't ask for much better starting field position than this. The Grizzlies at their 25-yard line of the Bees, 5 yards from the red zone, as Hackey has 4 wideouts, 2 to the right. Now Taggart goes in motion behind him. Handoff, no, they flip it to Hamilton. Hamilton stumbles in the backfield and goes down for a 5-yard loss.
And the coaches are all showing an arm signal to Woodruff, telling him he should have gone around to the outside rather than trying to cut up. It was a reverse, and a lot of the time you just see a hole open, but there wasn't really one that opened, and the coaches wanted him to get outside, but great play for the Bees there. First negative play for the Grizzlies tonight.
Yeah, Hamilton Woodruff and there wasn't a whole lot. He kind of had to run backwards to get around the end, but he probably would have had a better shot getting positive yardage had he continued to the sideline. Hackey by himself in the backfield. Inside screen to Sadiq. Sadiq catches it and drags a couple guys down inside the 20 with him. Nice pickup. It'll be 3rd and 5 upcoming from the 20.
It was just a middle screen to Sadiq, but when they played each other previously and Bonneville was able to come out on top, there was actually that exact same play turned out being a ball going off of Sadiq's helmet and intercepted by the Bees. So maybe Sadiq thought a little bit harder about that one, making sure he got both hands on the ball.
So that is the end of the first quarter. We'll flip ends. We'll start at the 20 on the east end down here of Holt Arena here at Idaho State University. We're going to step away for a break. This is 2022 state football playoff action here on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome back here to Holt Arena for a state football playoff action. The Skyline Grizzlies taking on conference rival, conference foe, the Bonneville Bees, and Bonneville Bees are 1-0 against the Grizz this season. A 16-13 win 2 weeks ago on Bonneville's home field at Thunder Stadium. Right now, though, it's all Grizz up 14-0 and threatening again here at the 20. It's 3rd and 5 as we just get going here in the second quarter. Hackey with Silverio to his right. He's back in the pistol. Handoff, no. He pulls it back, rolling to his right, looking for Sadiq. Sadiq, did he stay in bounds? Yes, they say he got a foot in. I thought there was no way, but Sadiq got a foot down. And it is 1st and goal at the 3 for the Grizzlies.
I think it was his left foot that stayed in because it was a really athletic play. I wish that those listening to us could have seen that because he jumped, turned his body, and then somehow still got his left foot down. Very great play by Sadiq there.
So 1st and goal for the Grizzlies. Hackey back in the gun. Hands off to Silverio. Silverio dives forward. Touchdown, Skyline. A bronze Silverio. His 2nd touchdown run of the ball game. A 25-yard play and drive there for the Grizz after a 25-yard punt return from Hamilton Woodruff. PAT is up, and it is good. So it's 21-0 now, the Grizzlies. 4-play, 25-yard drive, touchdown drive for the Grizzlies, capped off by a 3-yard touchdown run from Abron Silverio, his 2nd of the ball game. Remember, on IdahoSports.com, you can check out the Friday Night Flash. It's got updates of games from all across the multiple classifications of playoff football going on. Right now, games in the 4A ranks. Blackfoot 35-9. Pocatello 20-14 over Lakeland. Twin Falls trailing 27-30 to Burley. That's a close one. And Sandpoint up 28-14. Shelley was up 30-7 at the last I heard, over Emmett. That's at Emmett. So Shelley taking the long drive over to the Treasure Valley and looking like they might come away with a W.
And Shelley's a good football team, and they've obviously played in a great conference. A lot of battles this season.
Skyline with the kickoff. That's going to go into the end zone. Caught for a touchback back there by number 5 for the Bees. That is Dalkey. And 11:49 left here in the second. It's all Grizz here early, 21-0 over the Bonneville Bees right now. Bonneville, I'm not sure they've picked up a first down yet in their 2 drives.
And they've really just been, their first drive they got down to a 3rd and 2, weren't able to execute. Last drive was just ridden by negative plays, penalties, sacks, failed screens. Looking for something positive this time.
A little push pass out to number 16 on the carry, going to pick up about 3. I don't know what, I think it was backwards, but it was most like a push pitch from Perez to Tanner Hart. And Hart picks up just a couple, actually, on the carry out to the 22-yard line. So second and 8 coming up, 11:43 left to go here in the first half. The 2-time defending state champion Skyline Grizzlies up 21-0 over the Bonneville Bees, who have already beat them once this year. Handoff taken. That's big number 9 for Bonneville. R.J. Woods on the carry. Listed as a linebacker and an offensive lineman, gets the call for the carry on the play.
Maybe just looking to penetrate a little bit more there. And I mean, the way he took the handoff, though, he knew what he was doing.
He was moving in the right direction for sure. Couple yards gained there. It's 3rd and 6 for the Bees. Woods going to stay in the game still, as we'll see where he lines up. Being directed. And it's in the backfield, Perez by himself. Out to the outside, Perez overthrew him. Flag comes in, not sure what it's going to be. Came in from the referee, Blair Peepo. It's holding, it looks like, by a first glance against Bonneville, I would assume. So penalty declined. It'll be 4th down, and on comes the punt crew again. 3 possessions, 3 punts for the Bees.
And like you stated, no first downs either. It's been a dominating effort so far by the Grizzlies.
Sandpoint up at halftime, 28-14 in their ball game. Punter got hit. That's going to draw a flag. Hamilton Woodruff takes it. He's got another opportunity to good return. Stuck at the 50, and that's all the further he'll get. We'll see.
I wonder if it's a personal foul. It looked pretty.
There was pretty good contact.
Blatant. Yeah. He might not have been trying to hit him that hard, but punter went down pretty good.
Yeah, personal foul, roughing the kicker. So they'll get their first down by way of penalty, and that'll take them all the way out to the 39-yard line. So a little mistake there from the Grizzlies gives the Bees a first down. It was nearly blocked, but didn't get a hand on it, ran into the kicker, roughed the kicker actually.
And this is exactly what happened last time with the Bees, that the way they were able to score their points against the Grizzlies the last time they played was when the Grizzlies made a mistake. And so we'll see if the Bees are able to finally take advantage of this opportunity.
Back in the gun is Perez. Perez in trouble. Let's go of it down the field. It's a jump ball, and it's intercepted out there on the far sideline. Carson Chastain, number 1, rips it away from the receiver, and a turnover goes to the Grizzlies. Ball placed at the 31-yard line. Not a badly thrown ball. It was a jump ball. Both guys went up to get it. Chastain just went after it a little more and got his hands on it, ripped it away.
Yeah, Perez gave his receiver a shot. Sometimes the defender makes a better play, and that was the case.
Hackey by himself. They do the screen out there for Sadiq. Sadiq on the move, gets tackled at the 40. Perez brings him down there. And the ball placed right at the 40-yard line, 2nd and 1 upcoming. 10:13 left here in the second quarter. It's been all Skyline. Bonneville has 1 first down by way of penalty as the punter was roughed. Handoff goes to Caden Taggart. Taggart cuts it back up the middle, and he's got room to run. Across midfield, inside B territory, down to the 42-yard line. First down for the Grizz.
And really the first time we've not called Hackey, Silverio, or Sadiq on a positive Grizzlies play.
Caden Taggart averaging about 22 yards a game rushing the football. He's got 47 rush attempts on the regular season, a couple of touchdowns to his name. Tack on 5 more through the air for Caden Taggart. So he's been a big part of this offense this season. This handoff goes to Silverio. Silverio going to gain a couple down to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8 upcoming. 9:19 and counting here in the second quarter. Skyline continues to dominate time of possession. It's been Shelley has defeated the Emmett Huskies 38-14 in Emmett. So the 4A High Country Conference right now 1-0. Taggart, carry inside, maybe got a yard. Granted, with two of these, we actually have a matchup between Hillcrest plays Blackfoot, so you're going to have two of these 4A High Country Conference teams out automatically, and then this game. So 4 of those teams, they ended up playing each other. Shelley, the one team that didn't have to play somebody from their conference.
And they took advantage.
Yes, they did.
Emmett's had a great year.
They have. They really have.
Shelley definitely put the stomp on them today, too.
Hackey takes it himself, and he's going to get across the 35 down to the 34. It's going to be fourth and 2. 4th and 2 for the Grizzlies from the 34-yard line. They've got to get to the 32. 7:35 here left in the second quarter. Lachlan Hackey has had a pretty good – he had 16 TDs and 2 interceptions going into that game against Bonneville. He threw 4 picks in that game, so 16 TDs, 6 picks. Pulls it back, hits Sadiq wide open across the middle. Sadiq to the 10, to the 5, touchdown. Kenyon Sadiq, his second of the ball game. As he was wide open across the middle and then just outran Dalkey to that left corner of the end zone.
And they actually hid Sadiq on that play. They put him at a tight end position, which he doesn't do very often. A lot of the time he's out wide, and I'm sure the Bees just, he kind of just blended in with the rest of the offensive line looking for a 4th and short play, and great play call by the Grizzlies.
PAT up and good for Jacob DeMott. And it's 28-0 Skyline.
And you pointed out time of possession so far this game. The Grizzlies have not just been doing big, heavy hitter plays. They've just stuck with their game plan. They've ran it up the middle. They've had quick passes outside. They had the one long touchdown pass to Sadiq, but other than that, everything has been pretty much 5-yard passes, 3-yard runs that turn into 10-yard runs. It's just been a very dominating effort so far by the Grizzlies' offensive line. They've done a great job. And the Bees, I'm not going to say they haven't really even missed tackles. It's just been a great effort by the Grizzlies so far.
And the defense of Skyline has given up virtually nothing. No first downs by way of offensive output. The only one coming on that roughing the passer penalty, and then they turned around and threw an interception. So the defense did their job again in that possession. This kick going to go into the end zone again for another touchback. And the Bees will take over 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line with 7:10 left to go here in the second quarter. Rehabilitative, that's a hard word to say.
I don't think I could even say it.
Health Services provides compassionate and effective counseling and psychiatric services to children, individuals, couples, and families. Their goal is to help you uncover your true potential and lead a life that is worth celebrating. Rehabilitative Health Services, I'm going to have to really pronounce that, also provides full family practice medicine. Their offices are located at 1676 Curlew across from Sonic and Ammon on 17th Street. They serve all of eastern Idaho, so help is always close by. Visit them online at rhscares.com or call for an appointment at 208-523-5319 or check them out on Facebook. As Perez on the keeper picks up about 5, maybe 6 out across the 25-yard line. And that'll bring up 2nd and 6, one of their best offensive plays thus far of the ball game right there. Good carry by Jacob Perez.
And I'd like to see them let Perez just kind of do his thing. He's big. He's good at finding the holes. He's good at following blocks. The running game to the running backs has not been as effective as they hoped. But if they can keep Perez involved, they've got a shot to get downfield.
Perez hands it off and hit right at the line of scrimmage, and driven back was Spencer Sewell. And it's third down. He might have gained a yard on the play. 3rd and 3 upcoming. 6:05 left here in the first half, as the ball sits at the 28-yard line for the Bonneville Bees. Offensively, it's been a struggle here in the first half for the Bees. Nobody in the backfield. Now man in motion for the Bees. Back to passes Perez. They set up the screen. It is caught. Great catch while he's being drugged to the ground. First down. The catch by Dalkey. Nice little touch on the play from Perez. And it's first down, their first offensive first down of the ball game, out to the 34-yard line. 5:29 and counting here in the second quarter.
I think that actually was just a pass downfield, not a screen on that one. But every single pass play, the Skyline defensive line has been getting through mercilessly. And Perez hung back there. It was took a blow, but got the pass, and first down of the game for the Bees.
Stuck in the backfield is Perez as he's sacked back at the 30-yard line. Silverio that time with the sack in the backfield. Score update for you in the 4As. Minico 20, Valley View 14 in overtime. Minico wins that, so a very close game for the Minico Spartans. A good Valley View team. Is that where your wife's from, Dallin?
My wife went to Minico, and having seen Minico play a couple times this year, they're going to be tough to beat in the 4A ranks. They've got a really good defense, good enough offense for sure, and that was a close one for their first playoff game.
But they went out first round last year after being undefeated all season. They went out first round of the playoffs, so they don't do that again, which is good because there was some upset folks amongst the Minico Spartans last year after they go out, after an undefeated season. But it's tough. Last year, that conference wasn't tough. They've got some better competition this season, and so it was hard to, they were undefeated, but it turned out they hadn't had the people to play against that were good, and so when they hit the playoffs, they just couldn't hang around with some of those playoff teams. So.
Well, and I believe this year they have like 35 seniors or something like that. It's a lot of seniors, and I'm sure this game they went into it thinking, don't blow it. And so once you get the first one done,
it's a lot
I wouldn't
easier,
be surprised to see them come out next week and be a lot more efficient.
Yeah, loose, and you got that monkey off your back. You made it through the first round, so see where they play next week. After a timeout taken by Bonneville and a substitution going off, it's 2nd and 13 for the Bees after the sack. Perez back in the gun all by himself. They swing it out in the flat. It's caught. Nice catch. And then upended. Good tackle out there on the outside. Number 5, Ian Galbraith, took him down, but it was a nice snag by Tim Williams.
And if Williams hadn't gotten tripped up there, he might have gone. He really had one man to beat, and great open field tackle over there.
Yeah, the rest of the blockers had been covered up nicely. Galbraith was the only man to beat, but Galbraith made the tackle. 3:43 and counting here in the first half. 3rd and 10 for the Bees. They haven't crossed midfield yet. Perez back to pass. He's in trouble. That guy never even got touched. The rush came from his right. It was number 9 on the rush. He never even got touched. Kaysen Smith had a wide open shot at Perez. No chance for Perez as he's tackled back at the 22-yard line.
I don't even know who we really give credit to for the sack, because there was a lot of different Grizzlies that hit Perez on that play.
Kaysen Smith's the one who blew the whole play up, but he didn't get in on the tackle. several other Grizzlies there, like you mentioned. Back to punt again for the Bees. And that one gotten away. Taken at the 42-yard line. And that's Taggart down the sideline looking for a block, runs into his own man, and then out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So again, a short field for the Grizzlies. 2:33 left here in the first half. Another score here would really make things ugly for the Bees. Beck, the man to knock him out of bounds after a nice return.
The Bees get the ball to start the second half. They desperately need to make a stop here.
Yeah, that would be at least something positive going into the second half. Hackey with a man in motion across his face. They've got 4 wideouts to the left. They swing it out there. It's caught. He's got blockers near a first down. The receiver, McKay Bird, right at the sticks, and they are going to say it's a first down to the 25-yard line. 2:26 left here on the clock in the first half.
I'm sure for the refs, it's very nice to be in Holt Arena tonight compared to being out in the cold right now that we've been having. You know, you have yard line markers everywhere. The elements are predictable.
No wind.
No wind.
No snow. You can turn up the heat if you need it. Handoff up the middle goes to number 24. That's Amani Morel. And he, no gain on the play, maybe lost a half a yard. He'll bring up 2nd and 11. 1:52 and counting left here in the first half. Ball sitting at the 26-yard line now. They've got to get down to the 15 for a first down.
And the Grizzlies, I'm sure, don't want to give any extra time to the Bees. So we might not see them quite take a shot yet, but, I mean, they've shown us otherwise before.
Hackey back to pass. He is looking at Sadiq down the middle. Touchdown, Kenyon Sadiq. We've said it twice. Now we've said it 3 times. Hackey to Sadiq for a touchdown. And it is 34-0. 1:20 left here in this first half.
Exact same play they ran on the first possession of the game to Sadiq, where Hackey rolled out to his right. Sadiq ran up right in the middle, and he hit him right between the posts. Easy pitch and catch.
On for the PAT. Hold and snap are good, and the PAT is up and good, automatic for Jacob DeMott, the senior kicker, and it's 35-0. Sadiq has 3 touchdown receptions. Silverio has 2 touchdown rushes. 35-0. It's all Skyline here in the first half. I want to thank our power boosters for the Bonneville Bees, Teton Toyota and Teton Volkswagen, and our power boosters for the Skyline Grizzlies, MVP Rentals and Rehabilitative Health Services, our local sponsor for the Bonneville Bees. Huge thanks to them. You can find them at 1676 Curlew across from Sonic and Ammon on 17th Street. They provide compassionate and effective counseling and psychiatric services to children, individuals, couples, and families. The goal is to help you uncover your true potential and lead a life that is worth celebrating. Rehabilitative Health Services also provides full family practice medicine. Call them at 208-523-5319. This kickoff going to be short of the goal line this time, returnable. Nice little move, and down the sideline he goes. To the 50, he's got the kicker to beat. It's DeMott. DeMott able to grab on. It's going to be a horse collar tackle, but DeMott saved a touchdown on the return. Number 5 for the Bees. That is Anthem Dalkey. And a horse collar tackle, but he saved a touchdown, did DeMott. He's not going to get scolded for that one.
No, and I mean, as a kicker, most all of his kicks have been touchbacks by 6 or 7 yards, and honestly, you can take what you get there. But also, it was quite impressive by DeMott there because he picked up his tee because he thought the play was over, dropped his tee, and then eventually ran to make the tackle.
So DeMott, and he didn't. The ball was not put in a bad spot. He kicked it clear over to the far corner near the pylon, actually. So just a great coverage, just great blocking by Bonneville, and Dahlke turning on the afterburners down that far sideline. And if it weren't for DeMott recognizing what was happening, that he would have ran it back for 99 yards for a touchdown. 1:09 left here. After the penalty, they're down to the 15-yard line are the Bees. Perez pitches it out to Williams. Williams going backwards. Tackle for loss back to the 21-yard line. A 6-yard loss on the play. Nowhere to go for Tim Williams.
And going into halftime, if the Grizzlies are able to stop the Bees here, DeMott's going to basically be a hero. Because he's going to preserve the shutout in the first half. And the way that the Skyline defense has been, it's hard to say that the Bees are going to be able to put points on the board. But, I mean, Perez has put a couple good passes out there, but he's not had enough time to throw either.
Yeah,
so
he's been under duress. You're right. Not an opportunity to get to his second read at all. Man in motion. Perez pulls it back, in trouble again. He's going to get sacked. They're still standing up, and then everybody falls finally, but they're going to give him forward progress to the 26, but another 5-yard loss. 8 seconds, 7. That probably a timeout taken by Bonneville with 5 seconds left on the clock. It's third, and I don't even know, 10, 23, 22, third and 22 for the Bees. They've got to get to the 5 for a first down. 5 seconds left here as Bonneville takes a timeout. Tournament coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Also brought to you in part by Valleywide Cooperative and your local Toyota dealers. I want to remind everybody that Your Health Idaho, at Your Health Idaho, you can, Your Health Idaho has open enrollment that ends on December 15th. Just visit yourhealthidaho.org to see if you qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 per month. That's free for those of you that don't do math well.
I'm one of those.
A long field goal here.
43-yarder, I believe.
It's down. It's a line drive. It had the distance, but was off to the left. Good effort by the kicker. That would have been a heck of a kick. 22, that's Briggs Hansen on for the kick. No good. 1 second left on the clock. And it had the distance. It's just off to the left.
He made a 35-yarder when they played previously as well. So, I mean, I can't blame them for trying to get any points, on the board
because
a touchdown wasn't likely with 3rd and 23.
And only 5 seconds. Too, yeah.
The way that they've thrown the ball, I mean, try to get on the board, but I would expect the Grizzlies just to take a knee here and go to the halftime with a 35-point lead here.
Looks like they're lined up that way. Hackey takes the knee. 5-yard loss for Hackey's rushing total. But that's a small blemish on the field for the Grizzlies, who lead this thing 35-0. Going into halftime, all Skyline. 3 touchdown receptions for Kenyon Sadiq, 2 touchdown rushes from Abron Silverio, and only a handful, maybe 2 or 3 first downs given up by the Skyline defense. They picked off Perez one time, and like you said, DeMott, the touchdown-saving tackle on that kickoff return that turned into nothing for the Bees. We're going to step away here at halftime. This is 2022 Idaho State football playoff action here on IdahoSports.com. The Skyline Grizzlies on top of the Bonneville Bees, 35-0. We'll be back.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Look at that. The unmistakable swagger of someone fully covered with health insurance through Your Health Idaho for as low as $0 a month. If you're as speechless as I am right now, say nothing. Health yeah! Enroll by December 15th and you could qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 a month.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I have my seatbelt on.
I'm Jen Miguel-Seiler and I'm from Moscow. I think it's really important to get vaccinated because it's not just about me and my health, it's about the people around me. We have a lot of friends who have disabilities or have different health conditions. I want to make sure I don't make anyone sick. So we chose to get vaccinated to keep each other healthy.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
In the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Look at that. The unmistakable swagger of someone fully covered with health insurance through Your Health Idaho for as low as $0 a month. If you're as speechless as I am right now, say nothing. Health yeah! Enroll by December 15th and you could qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 a month.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had my seatbelt on.
I'm Jen Miguel-Seiler, and I'm from Moscow. I think it's really important to get vaccinated because it's not just about me and my health, it's about the people around me. We have a lot of friends who have disabilities or have different health conditions. I want to make sure I don't make anyone sick. So we chose to get vaccinated to keep each other healthy.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Later.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had my seatbelt on.
Welcome back. We're at halftime, about 2 minutes away from the kickoff of the second half, and it was a very lopsided first half in a lot of ways other than just the score. Total yardage, the Skyline Grizzlies, 270 in that first half, 5 touchdowns, 3 touchdown catches by Kenyon Sadiq from Lachlan Hackey. That helps your QBR rating right there. Abron Silverio, 2 rushing touchdowns. The Bonneville Bees, -1 total yards in the first half. 11 positive pass yards, -12 rush yards. Add those up, that's -1. Not much happening for the Bonneville Bees. They had 2 first downs in the first half, one by way of offense, the other by way of penalty, and that is about it. The other big positive play was Anthem Dalkey almost had a 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. DeMott stopped him, and then the field goal that they attempted at the end of the first half, the Bees, went wide left, and so they remained shut out in the first half. It's 35-0 here, about 35 seconds left on the clock. Good news for Bonneville, they get the ball to start the second half.
And I think the halftime speech was pretty simple for Bonneville, too. Just do exactly the opposite of what we did in the first half.
Nothing really went right. And, it's not that they didn't necessarily make any big mistakes. I mean, there was an interception thrown, but
it was a big play. Like, it was a long pass.
It was a long pass,
and like we said, it could have gone either way. It was a jump ball, essentially.
But beyond that, it was just total domination on the side of Skyline. Weird kickoff, headed over to the 10-yard line, picked up on a big bounce. It's Dalkey again. Dalkey gets back out to the 25. I don't know if that kickoff was on purpose, but that was way different than what we've seen from DeMott through the first half.
And I wonder if it was because of the great return that Dalkey had last time. But it did look like he hit it kind of awkward. Like, you can see him talking down to his coach right now. It looks like maybe he had some miscommunication with the coach. The coach was waving as if he should have just kicked it long, and he put his hand down as if he was saying, I thought you set it in the ground. But regardless, the field position is about the same as it's been for the Bees so far.
Yeah, 24-yard line for the Bees. Perez in there, back in the gun once again. And I think that is Woods to his left. It's going to be Perez. Woods with a lead block, and a good one. Perez out near the 30-yard line, just shy. So a nice offensive play to start the ball game, or start the second half. It'll be 2nd and 5 upcoming. 11:39 just underway here in the third quarter. Thanks for joining us on IdahoSports.com for a state playoff action here, as many of the other games have gone final across the state. specifically in the 4A. A cool 70-0 from Bishop Kelly over Canyon Ridge. Sandpoint up 35-28 at last count. Perez on the carry again. And they got a first down, or very close to. So there's a quick first down for the Bees here to start the second half. Shelley defeated Emmett and in Emmett. Minico 20-14, final in overtime over Valley View. Pocatello goes final 20-14 over Lakeland. That's a big win for the Thunder. Right now, Sandpoint shows them up on Skyview 35-28. Twin Falls defeated Burley 47-36. I didn't know Twin Falls could score that many points. That's a big output for them.
I mean, in a game where Burley is onside kicking and throwing the ball 50 yards every single play, you get the ball a lot. You get good field position a lot, too.
Flag comes in late. Not sure who that's going to go against, but about a 4-yard gain on the carry for Bonneville out to the 38-yard line. So unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Skyline, so that'll tack on 15 more. So that takes the Bees across midfield. Only their second trip across midfield. The other one came on that long kickoff return. And it's Woods back there with Perez. Man in motion. Perez is going to keep it again. Good blocks out in front of Perez across the 40 and takes on another would-be tackler driving down to the 28-yard line. Tell you what, Woods and number 26 for the Bees, that is Spencer Sewell, just crushed a couple would-be tacklers out there on the edge.
Also saw Dalkey push his defender to the ground as well. That was by far the best offensive play that the Bees have had today.
Very physical across the whole line for the Bees that time, including Perez, who took on a couple of tacklers over here on the sideline. So now from the 28, it's 1st and 10 with 9:58. Kind of the same thing, but pitch to Dalkey. Dalkey trying to shed a tackler, gets drugged down. A tackle for loss. And Dalkey tackled back at the 32-yard line, a loss of 4.
I believe that was Travis Southwick, number 35 for the Grizzlies on the tackle. He got kind of fortunate that he got some of Dalkey's jersey, because otherwise it would have been, I think he might have broke it just a little bit for a gain instead. Good stop there by the Grizzlies.
9:20 and counting. Again, this is going to be a keep by Perez. Perez dives forward, going to get back to the 29-yard line. Silverio with the tackle for the Grizz, and they're going to actually mark him just across the 30. It's 3rd and 11 upcoming now. We've got to get down to the 18-yard line for a first down. 8:50 left here in the third.
And all game, that's really been the best way that the Bees have been able to move the ball, is just to let Perez run up the middle and let 10 guys lead block for him.
The hard thing is it's probably not sustainable. It's just, that's the bad part. He does throw it out in the flat off the fingertips. Would have been a great catch if he'd been able to pull it in. It was intended for Spencer Sewell. So now it's 4th down.
And he had Sewell open. It wouldn't have been a first down by any means, but it would have been probably a gain of 6 or 7, make this 4th down a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, he wasn't going to turn the corner and pick up the whole thing, but you're right. It could have been 4th and 5 instead of 4th and 11. And maybe you think about a field goal attempt from that distance, but you're outside of it for sure here. So it's Perez, back to pass, looking downfield, going to the end zone. He's got a man, but outside the reach of the intended receiver. Number 15 for the Bees, that was Trayson Olive, the intended receiver. Chastain on the coverage, and it's a turnover on downs. The Grizzlies will take over on their 30-yard line.
Chastain did just enough on that play. He did kind of get beat, but he didn't get beat too bad. I think he might have used one of those cornerback tricks where he might have put his hand on the receiver's leg pad, maybe a little elbow to the side.
Just to
not
slow him down.
Yeah, not enough to really impede the play, but enough to make the receiver know, I'm still here.
So it's 1st and 10 now for the Grizzlies after that drive fails for Bonneville. Handoff to Silverio. He's hit in the backfield and dropped for about 2-yard loss back to the 27-yard line.
I've been watching R.J. Woods for the Bees on both sides of the ball the last 4 or 5 plays. He has brought his man down, whether he was the running back blocking or now he's back to his normal spot at middle linebacker. He is taking the second half personally. He wants to make sure that these Grizzlies don't forget him.
Back in the gun is Hackey, rolling right, looking downfield. He's got Taggart. Great catch by Taggart. He holds on to it after he takes a big shot from Dalkey. And Taggart all the way into B territory down to the 37-yard line.
The same play that they've ran for Sadiq's deep touchdowns again, except the difference was that time they looked at Taggart. He maybe looked to the middle, pump faked a little bit, and Taggart was wide open.
Yeah, nice job by Taggart hanging on to it because he caught the ball and then took a big shot from Dalkey coming over from his safety position. Handoff. This time it's 19. That's Hamilton Woodruff again on the carry. And Woodruff able to pick up good yardage, almost 8 on the carry. Be 2nd and 2 upcoming. Woodruff, not a big kid, 5'10", 150.
He's elusive, though.
He is, and it's quick. He's done a good job in coming in and getting positive yardage, the opportunities he's had to run the football. Hackey, he's got Silverio at his left. Now it is Silverio on the carry right up the middle. They put Taggart in motion to the outside. And he's going to be just shy, it looks like, of the first down. So 3rd and half a yard upcoming for the Grizzlies. 6:32 left here in the 3rd quarter. The always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the IdahoSports.com Prepcasts cover every inch of Idaho, hosted by Brandon Bainey each week. Each Prepcast features one of our in-house experts talking about what's going on in your part of the state. Just go to IdahoSports.com, click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Hackey going to hand off to Silverio for a 1st down and more as he bounces it to the outside. Trying to cut back in now and then drugged down by number 19 for the Bees, Tim Williams, but a big play from Abron Silverio down to the 12.
On that play, the Grizzlies brought in defensive lineman Eric Blomquist, who is not on the offensive side almost ever. In fact, he's not even listed with an offensive position. You knew the ball was going his way, and he put a good block down, and Silverio did the rest, cutting back.
5:35 on a nice sustained drive here from the Grizz. Again, just 2 wideouts, Sadiq and Taggart. Now that's Sadiq on a wildcat and doesn't get anywhere, gets stuck in the middle, maybe a half-yard gain down to the 11. 5:10 left here in the 3rd. They do give him 1 yard, so 2nd and 9. Hackey back into the game. Blomqvist, like you mentioned, he's in there as well. And he stays in the game. Silverio drug down from behind, gets down to the 8. Tackled by number 53 for the Bees, Jack Romander, the junior, 6'2", 215. There are some big kids on the Bonneville team.
And the one thing that the Grizzlies have been stopped on is when they get down here, they haven't been able to run the ball as well. And it's because of that size of the Bonneville defense. At this point, right next to the goal line, I would be shocked if this ball doesn't go to Sadiq.
Yeah, 3rd and about 6, excuse me. And a little slant pattern. It went behind Perez, caught for a touchdown. That is number 19 on the catch. Hamilton Woodruff. We talked about him earlier. He catches a touchdown pass right there to extend this lead to 41-0. PAT coming up for Jacob DeMott. And that one's up and in as well. Perfect thus far tonight for Jacob DeMott. It's 42-0. Hackey to Woodruff for another 7. It's 42-0 with 4:01 left here in the 3rd quarter. Rehabilitative Health Services provides compassionate and effective counseling and psychiatric services to children, individuals, couples, and families. Their goal is to help you uncover your true potential and lead a life that is worth celebrating. Rehabilitative Health Services also provides full family practice medicine. Their offices are located at 1676 Curlew, across from Sonic and Ammon on 17th Street. They serve all of eastern Idaho, so help is always close by. Visit them online at rhscares.com or call for an appointment at 208-523-5319. You can also check them out on Facebook. Wow, we're going old school here. A little gangster paradise over the PA system. A kickoff taken at the 2. Returned by Tim Williams. Williams breaking tackles and then gets held up at the 30. And now some extra shoving going on down there. Nice return by Tim Williams out to the 30 with 3:50 left here in the 3rd. Remember to check out Idaho Sports on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter. Twitter under new ownership, by the way. Elon Musk, the proud new owner of Twitter.
Did he officially take over?
Officially took over.
I love Twitter. It's how I gain pretty much all my sports content.
That's literally the only thing I ever use Twitter for.
If you want a controversial app, that's the one for you.
Handoff up the middle. Goes to Spencer Sewell. And gets about 4 yards out to the 35-yard line. 3:35 left here in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, I use Twitter mostly just to get high school scores.
It's the easiest way to spread it out.
That's the really only reason I use it. I've probably posted like 20 things in my lifetime.
I have a lot of Utah Jazz stuff on there.
Back in the gun is Perez at the 30. He's going to take it on the run. He's got blockers in front of him. Out across the 40 and very near. I think he's got a first down out across the 41. So a nice job by Perez and the blockers up front. Be another first down for the Bees. First and 10, actually at the 42-yard line for the Bees. As Bonneville looking to get their first score of the ball game here. Ball at their 42-yard line. Handoff up the middle. That's not going to do it. Driven backwards. Big tackle right in the middle for loss. I think that's number 28 for Skyline. Bennett Southwick, a sophomore for the Grizzlies. He broke free of his blocker and dropped the ball carrier for a 3-yard loss back to the 39-yard line. 2:12 left here in the third.
I know passing isn't the Bees' game by any means, but at some point I wonder if they're going to pass on consecutive plays because the running game is just not providing anything.
Back to pass is Perez. Perez in trouble, and he gets away. Now he gets away from another tackler, back to the 35 and hit late out of bounds. Just a little push late. No flag comes in. So now it's 3rd and 7. Upcoming for the Bees. You know, and I feel like Skyline knows they're not, I mean, obviously they know they're not going to throw the ball. They're one-on-one coverage on the outside. They're loading up against the run. And so it's just making it a very tough offensive night for the Bees. And even when they have thrown the ball, they haven't been able to, they've had a few positive plays, but nothing big that's spread the field and forced Skyline to respect the pass game a little bit.
Basically every pass has been like a miracle catch too.
In trouble again is Perez. He's grabbed and drugged down from behind at the 37-yard line. On the sack that time, number 0, Eric Blomqvist. But he's number 1 in his mom's heart, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's number 1 on the defensive line as well. He changes the game out there, and he doesn't show a lot of emotion either. That he's just he's a very level-headed player. That at least up here we can't really see too much emotion from him.
Yeah, I mean a big sack there, put it at 4th and about 14 now, and Blomqvist just kind of got up and went back to his spot on the defensive line.
Well, and nobody really went and celebrated with him either. So obviously they know his personality. They're like, well,
good job.
Yep, we made it.
You got an attaboy, and that was about it. 8 seconds left here in the third. A timeout taken by the Bees, their first of the second half, as they are facing a 4th and 14. See what they opt to do here. Remember, there's more playoff action tomorrow. As go to IdahoSports.com, check out the GameStreams schedule. Tomorrow there are, just taking a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games on our GameStream schedule. Dallin and I will be out at Aberdeen as they take on the Lumberjacks out of St. Mary's if they make that long trek down here to southeast Idaho. Wood River plays Bonner's Ferry. Lapway against Butte County. That'll be a good one. We'll have that video feed on IdahoSports.com. South Fremont taking on Kimberly. Raft River against Clearwater Valley. That'll be a good 180 Division II matchup. And Clark Fork taking on Castle Ford. The Wampus Cats up in northern Idaho. Yeah, that's a good one. Nice punt this time. Drives the return man back inside the 20. Trying to make something happen. Flag comes in. Probably going to go against Skyline at the end of that play. Return back out to the 35. But that's going to get backed up, I'm guessing.
I think that's going to be a hold on number 25, Kobe Klein. I didn't think it was, but sometimes when the defender's trying to pull away, they'll catch him with the jersey pull.
Yeah, and that's what it is. So back him up 10 yards from the spot, or do they make him repunt? Maybe we got a timeout. Oh, sorry, that's the end of the quarter. I lost track of the quarter. Lost track of the game clock there. Fourth quarter coming up. I was wondering why everybody's holding up 4 fingers. That's why down there. This is IdahoSports.com. It's the Skyline Grizzlies, 42-0 right now over the Bees. We'll be back in about a minute.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Welcome back here as we're just about ready to get underway the fourth quarter here at Idaho State University. Holt Arena, site of this ball game. It's been all Skyline here as they're taking over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line after the punt.
You have to wonder how much longer the Skyline starting offense is going to stick around out there.
Nowhere to go on that play. The handoff got maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Taggart was the ball carrier on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Thanks for joining us on IdahoSports.com. 3 bunched receivers, including Sadiq, and now in motion is Silverio. Silverio looking for a seam and picks up a yard or 2. It's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 upcoming. The Bonneville Bees looking at their season coming to an end here in about 11 minutes, barring something miraculous. As the Skyline Grizzlies move one step closer to a three-peat.
And they've looked like the 2-time defending state champions tonight.
Yes, they have. Hackey all by himself in the backfield, steps back, now throws across. Short route across the middle, caught.
Looks like it's just going to be a little bit short. Not sure we've seen the punting unit come out for Skyline tonight.
Nope, this is the first. As Morrell caught it going across on a short route, wasn't able to turn upfield for enough for the first down. They brought him down at the 29. He needed the 31. And so with 10 minutes left here, Sadiq will be back there to punt away. And nearly blocked. Sadiq gets a pretty good punt away. And it takes a nice bounce for the Grizz down to the 16-yard line. So field position hasn't been the friend of the Bonneville Bees. With 9:33 left here, they find themselves down 42-0 to the Skyline Grizzlies, a team that Bonneville beat 2 weeks ago, 16-13 at Thunder Stadium. That has been a different ball game tonight.
Yeah, Skyline really hasn't made any mistakes. Really, I can't think of one
Couple
really
penalties.
big, and none of them were really like big plays that ended up hurting them. They were just, a holding here and
they've been able to
blocking the
cover.
back here.
I mean, the one big play for Bonneville was that return, and they've been able to make up for that because of their defense. It's just been relentless here. Handoff at the middle, would-be tackler shed, and a big carry out across the 30-yard line for number 26 for the Bees. That's a good run for him, Spencer Sewell.
The first time I've really been able to see Sewell get downhill running and actually get ahead of steam instead of being met in the backfield. So credit the Bees offensive line there for getting in the hole.
First and 10 for Bonneville. Perez in the gun. Man in motion. That's Dalkey. Handoff goes to Sewell, though. Sewell around the outside gets a big block from Dalkey. Dalkey, and there's going to be yardage tacked onto that. Dalkey laid out a defender, and the defender grabbed his face mask and ripped his helmet off.
Yeah, Dalkey might need to come out because of the helmet coming off, but also he might need to get his helmet fixed because the Skyline defender ripped his helmet, just full-on ripped his helmet. But that was a great block by Dalkey.
Yeah, he blew him up over there around the numbers, so that the initial carry went just shy of midfield. They tack on 50 yards, or 15, excuse me, to the 36-yard line. First down for the Bees.
I'm sure for the Bees at this point, 15 yards does feel like 50.
Yeah. It has been a tough night offensively for the Bees, and yardage has been hard to come by. 7:45 left here in the ball game. Back to pass is Perez, looking for the end zone. He's got a receiver. It's caught. No, it came free. Incomplete.
I think it might have caught William. I think that's Williams out there. I think it might have caught him weird in the fingers because he was shaking his hand after the play. I wonder if it hit him right at the edge of his fingers.
Jammed his finger.
Yeah, because he is in a lot of pain over there.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get into the end zone, but it would have been inside the 10, around the 5, had he caught it. It'll be 2nd and 10 upcoming. High snap over the head of Perez. As that ball rolls back around the 40, Perez dives on it. But it's going to be all the way back to the 45 of Bonneville. Just mistakes that have killed Bonneville. They've killed their drives. And that's a big one. As they were driving, now outside of Skyline territory, back into their own 45-yard line. And it's 3rd and 10, 29.
And the Bees, really the only downfield passing play the Bees have shown is a streak to the outside and nothing up the middle. So you kind of can predict what play is going to happen here, assuming they're trying to get down as far as they can.
One safety back for the Grizz. Other than that, it's man-to-man defense, and they know they've got to go a long ways. Now Perez is in trouble in the backfield. He gets away, throws it, and through the hands of the defender. That's number 20. Penalty, though, way back at the 43-yard line. That was Cruz Searle, who had probably one of his best opportunities at an easy interception and just went right through his hands.
And that's one of those, he's the only player on the field without gloves. So he had a lot of confidence in his hands, and they failed him on that play. But I think the coaches will forgive him.
So 4th down, there was a penalty on the play. It was holding against Bonneville. It was declined to force the 4th down scenario. It's still 4th and 29. The Bees probably going to have to burn a timeout here with the kind of time they're taking. 5:42 and counting. I mean, they've got to be running down on that play clock. Here comes the count from the back judge. They are going to get the playoff, though. Perez back to pass. It's caught, but well short of the first down. It was Dalkey who caught it at the 47-yard line, but that was about 15 yards shy of the first down. And a turnover on downs will give it back to the Grizzlies. With 5:20 left here in the 4th quarter, they're up 42-0. Skyline looks to be coming out of here with a W. I'm going to take a quick look at brackets for next week. As Hackey, I believe, still in there at quarterback.
Just got taken
out.
out.
Oh, just
actually.
taken out. Okay.
Now it's Racer Collins in there.
Handoff up the middle. Gets pushed ahead for a couple-yard gain. Yeah, number 7. Yep, Racer Collins, the junior, in there at quarterback position right now for the Grizz. So the second string offense has shown up. A few starters left in there, but not many. Mostly just offensive line, a couple skilled players. Bishop Kelly will face Pocatello next week in the 4A lineup. Collins keeps it himself, going to get close to midfield. No gain, though. Thrown down at the end of that play. Minico's going to play Blackfoot. That's a 4-5 matchup. Skyline's going to play Twin Falls, 2-7 matchup. And then it appears Sandpoint is pulled away from Skyview. Sandpoint is going to face Shelley. That's a 3-11 next week. So Shelley probably going to have to go on the road again, I would assume, up to Sandpoint. So
that's tough.
Fun road trips for the Shelley Russets.
A lot of bonding experiences.
Well, and Sandpoint's a lot further away than Emmett. 3:49 left here as Racer Collins rolling right. Let's go of it. It's caught by Woodruff for a first down to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, one thing I love about that play, too, is right after you see, you can't see it on the audio, obviously, but Hackey got out there and he walked all the way out to the numbers to congratulate Collins. It's good to see the starting quarterback still being engaged in the game, even in a 42-0 blowout that he's already been taken out. That's encouraging for the team as a whole.
Yeah, and that's a great throw. That was a great throw by Collins. He had an underneath defender that he threw it over the top of to avoid the interception, hit Woodruff in a perfect spot for a first down. Good-looking throw rolling to his right for Racer Collins.
And he might very well be the quarterback next year, so big moments for him here getting experience in a playoff game.
Woodruff on the sweep. Woodruff's got room to run, and he's got speed around the edge to the 20. There's a flag coming in all the way down to the 10, but I think we're going to have a holding out there around the 20, between the 20 and 25-yard line. So that'll back him up. It'll be 1st and 9 after that penalty. So yeah, Bishop Kelly will host Pocatello next week. Minico will host Blackfoot.
That should be a good game.
Skyline's going to host Twin Falls, more than likely here at Holt Arena. Sandpoint will host Shelley up north, more than likely.
Yeah, a lot of good games next week.
Handoff to, not sure, number 24 on the carry, Amani Morel, that time on the carry. Short gain, 2nd and 7 coming up. 2:24, we're going to have our IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department coming up just before the completion of this ball game. Huge thanks to the Idaho Transportation Department sponsoring that. Handoff goes to Woodruff, and he maybe got another yard, maybe. It's going to be 3rd and 6 coming up. Minute 51 and counting. Nobody seems too interested in using their timeouts right now, which is a good thing. As this game there's no question left here what's going to happen.
We saw Collins throw the last 3rd down. I don't know if they'll throw here with this time. But they do.
Rolling left. Racer Collins lets it fly down the middle of the field. Jump ball, incomplete. It was intended for can't see the number on him. Is it 83? Yeah, 83 for Skyline. That is Alex Dennert. He was in about quadruple coverage back there. Fourth and 7 now for the Grizzlies. And not going to get it there as a loss of yardage from Collins as he's driven out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. And that'll be a turnover on downs. The Bonneville Bees will get it back with 21 seconds left here in the ball game. And it's time for us to award our IdahoSports.com player of the game. It's the quarterback for the Skyline Grizzlies. IdahoSports.com player of the game is Lachlan Hackey.
Congratulations to the Skyline Grizzlies. We thank the Bonneville Bees for
For a matchup here at Holt Arena. The Grizzlies will play next week. More than likely here at Holt Arena again. Of course, I'm not sure what the ISU schedule is, but they don't play on Friday night, so very likely it could be Skyline here Friday night again. We're going to step away for just a quick break. We'll come back with a little wrap-up and once again give you an idea who's playing who next week in the 4A ranks. This is IdahoSports.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back here as we've gone final. It's the Bonneville Bees falling to the Skyline Grizzlies 42-0. Bonneville got their rematch or revenge on this rematch here in the first round of the playoffs. It was all Skyline from the start as Lachlan Hackey threw 3 touchdowns to Kenyon Sadiq, another to Hamilton Woodruff, and Abron Silverio had 2 rushing TDs on the evening, and the Bees just weren't able to get anything going offensively. Take a look at the bracket. The Bonneville out now, of course. Bishop Kelly, as we mentioned, going to go on to face Pocatello, who beat Lakeland tonight. That game will be at Bishop Kelly next week. Minico will face off against Blackfoot at Minico. The Spartans. That's a 4-5 matchup, and that's going to be a good matchup. I haven't seen Minico play this year. No, that's not true. We did see Minico play this year. It'll be interesting to see how they match up against Blackfoot. Blackfoot with some very explosive wide receivers to see if Minico can contain them. Skyline Grizzlies will more than likely play here against Twin Falls, who defeated Burley today in a high-scoring affair. That's a 2-7 matchup. Sandpoint going to take on Shelley up in Sandpoint. So Shelley will make the nice 9-hour trip up to Sandpoint. Beautiful area up there, but it's a long bus ride. And that'll be your matchups for next week. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStream production of the 2022 Idaho High School Football Playoffs. Tournament coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Also brought to you in part by Valleywide Cooperative and your local Toyota dealers. This broadcast was also made possible by our great local sponsors. Go and support these great local businesses. Rehabilitative Health Services in Ammon. Check them out. Huge thanks to them for sponsoring tonight's ball game, as well as our power boosters, Teton Toyota and Teton Volkswagen, MVP Rentals, and Conan Heating and Air Conditioning. Special thanks to Idaho State University and all the staff here at Holt Arena helping us get this game to you and all their hospitality. And congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, the quarterback for the Grizzlies. It's Lachlan Hackey. He had 4 touchdown tosses tonight and a huge game for him. The senior trying to lead his team to a three-peat. And thanks again to all of you for joining us tonight as the Skyline Grizzlies shut out the Bonneville Bees by a score of 42-0. For my broadcast partner, Dallin Fryer, I'm Lauren Jensen, and huge thanks to everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com. Have a good night, drive safe, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Look at that. The unmistakable swagger of someone fully covered with health insurance through Your Health Idaho. Health yeah! Enroll by December 15th and you could qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 a month.
I'm Rick. I live here in Rupert. The more that we can keep the virus under control, the better for everyone, and especially people with disabilities that comes with being aged, because usually have other underlying issues. I actually suffer from diabetes now, so that even increases my odds that if I do get the virus, it could be devastating for me.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
If a pedestrian is hit by a car going 20 miles per hour, there's a 90% chance he will survive. At 30 miles per hour, the likelihood of survival decreases to 60%. And at 40 miles per hour, it goes down to 20%. 10 miles per hour makes all the difference. You're in the driver's seat. You have the power to save lives.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast,